What's up, everybody, and welcome to On the Hop with Coach Chop. Today we're at Westport High School, and I'm here with Coach Greg Harper. Coach, how you doing today, brother?
Doing great, man. Always good to see you.
That's awesome, Coach. So, Coach, you and I go back a few years. Share with the viewers a little bit about yourself and some of your coaching accomplishments.
I've been coaching 25 plus years. Actually started in some semi-pro way back in the day, shortly after I got done playing at UCF. My first job was at Colonial High School in Orlando. Spent a year there with Coach Holt, and then got a call, an opportunity to go to DeLand High School. Went there. I stayed at DeLand 8 years. Took over the weightlifting program there and ended up being really successful at the end of my tenure. My last 3 years that we were at DeLand, we placed top 2 in the state all 3 years, with winning it in 2005 and breaking Spruce Creek's record of 11 straight state titles. That was pretty special. From there, went down to University in Orlando. Spent a couple years down there. Had some success again in the weightlifting team. Went to Evans High School in Orlando for a year. Had a great time there. Won the county championship there in weightlifting in 1 year. Something they hadn't done in 24 years or something crazy like that. Had a great group of kids. You know, in order to win anything, you got to have some kids that are willing to work. So
Absolutely.
had some great times there, and then got an opportunity to move back closer to my house at the time and moved to university in Orange City. We got to open up that school, so nobody had ever been there before. Stayed there for 4 years, and then finally got my first opportunity to be a head coach at Lecanto High School. That's where we met up.
Right.
Had some really good success early on there. Best team in school history at the time until you guys beat it recently.
Right.
First trip to the playoffs. From there, I went to Williston for a year, and God put me here at Westport. And this is my second year going into the season this year.
That's awesome, Coach. So, Coach, last year your record was 4-6. You had a very tough district. Talk about what you've learned from last season and how you plan to move forward.
We learned we got to stay healthy, especially when you get to the tough part of your schedule.
Right.
We were sitting at 4-2. The best record in school history is 5-5. We felt pretty good about ourselves and run up against some better teams, but also had that injury bug hit us pretty bad. We kind of limped to the finish and lost all 4 of those last games. So, the guys know that are coming back. We got to finish better than we did last year. The off-season program and everything kind of been gearing towards making sure that it can keep us healthy and we don't have some of those injury problems that we had last year. Hopefully, some of that stuff's out of your control, but we try to control as much of it as we can. But we got a lot of guys coming back. There's a lot of excitement in the program, so we're looking forward to get back out there in the field this year and showing people what we can do.
Good stuff, Coach. So, Coach, you and I, we share a lot of the same philosophies concerning the weight room. Back to you winning the state championship. We both share that. We're in that same fraternity. And I know you have a lot of experience in the weight room. What's your plan for your strength and conditioning this summer?
Well, we've been going 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. We've been going in the afternoons, 5:30 to 8. We spend the first hour and a half in the weight room getting it done. Then we go outside and we run. And then the last little part, we've been doing a lot of 7-on-7 this summer. Kids have really done a good job coming along as the summer has. We ended up in the championship game at the UF 7-on-7. Of course, I wasn't there. They seem to perform better when I'm not there, so maybe I just need to.
No pressure when the big man's not there.
I don't know. Right. But no, the kids have really been doing a good job. You can tell that they have a better grasp of the offense at this point in time. And our defense played really well last year, so they've been doing a good job this summer. So that's what it looks like here at Westport, Monday through Thursday, getting it done.
But, Coach, I used to work for you years ago, and I know you have a high standard and an expectation for your coaches. Are there any areas of improvement that you want to see from your coaching staff this season?
Well, as you know, because you've seen my coaches' expectations and
Right.
stuff, The number one thing on the list is always coaching every rep.
Right.
And I think that's something uh, that has to be stressed every year with our coaching staff. I love my coaching staff here. Everybody gets along. Uh, I think there's 6 of them here today with workouts. I mean, I haven't had that many people with me.
That's amazing.
Ever.
Right.
So they're really dedicated and hardworking, but that coaching every rep, staying focused on the task at hand, making sure that you have something to say to somebody after every single play, and it's not just catch the ball. It's specific praise or specific correction on every single play. Even myself, sometimes I catch myself. I call the plays here, and I think I called it to the right, and I called it to the left, and my eyes aren't in the right place, and still trying to find a way to, all right, hey, what was your rule on that play? Did you block the right guy? So on and so forth. So I think we can always, as coaches, get better at that, and that's one of my biggest points of emphasis to our guys is, being consistent with trying to coach every single rep, because that's why we're out there, is to try to make those kids better. And if we're not giving them specific correction or specific praise on every single play, they're not getting coached. And I feel like this past spring, Coach, it's the most fun I've had in a long time in coaching.
That's fantastic.
Our emphasis was on enthusiasm and effort, and the kids got into it. And I heard even a lot of the kids talk about it's the funnest time they've had at practice in a long time. And so all of that stuff fits together. The kids buying in to that enthusiasm and an effort, and knowing that they're trying to get better every single day. And I think those things are going to pay dividends for us this year.
That's good stuff, Coach. Just a little question off the cuff. If you had to choose a Mount Rushmore of professional football players, who would that be?
Well, I named my daughters after football players. I got 3 daughters.
Right.
One of them's Jessica Payton, named after Walter Payton.
Nice.
So he's definitely on the list.
Mm-hmm.
My second daughter is Faith Montana.
Right.
Named after Joe, so he's on the list.
Wow.
The third one's named after a fullback for the Green Bay Packers back when Vince Lombardi was their coach, Jim Taylor.
So of course you got to have a Packer. That is your favorite team, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
So her name's Clarissa Taylor.
Awesome.
He's not on my Mount Rushmore though. I think my Mount Rushmore would have to be Walter, and then Joe, and then my favorite player of all time was Brett Favre, and then I'd have to round out my Rushmore with Jerry Rice.
Awesome.
I mean, you just can't get better than the guy who, tried to get better every single day.
Absolutely.
What a great example he was for our kids.
You're absolutely right, Coach. I think all 4 of those guys they earned their Hall of Fame jackets too. So that's
Yeah,
4
so.
4 good choices. That's awesome.
No defensive guys though. I'm sorry, Coach.
Hey, well, at least we see where your mind's at. You're an offensive-minded coach, but that's all right. Talk about a couple of your key returners coming back this season. What can the Westport fans expect from the team this year?
Well, I don't like to single out too many players and let them think that they have arrived and
Right.
have made it. But our defense last year pitched 5 shutouts. I know we only won 4 games. We threw a pick 6 and the other one missed a field goal. So our defense didn't let up any scores, but
that's good. That's amazing.
We still lost. But we've got a lot of guys coming back. That group was kind of junior led. So we're hoping that they can be as good as they were last year. Our offense on the other side, we started 9 sophomores.
Wow.
So that group's still together. I think that's why 7-on-7's been a little bit better this off season.
Right.
Last year was my first year. I don't run the simplest offense in the world. So it takes guys to learn and to understand what I want them to do. So I think their understanding of the offense is going to help things run a little bit better. Got a quarterback who's returning. So that's always a good thing.
Right.
We got some good running backs coming back. Our wide receiver crew is deep. So hopefully we can help that defense out a little bit more this year. But, we're looking for a lot of guys to step up and fill those roles of leadership and making big plays in games. So I'm not going to talk about just one of them because then they'll start feeling good about themselves, and
Right.
I'll have to like scuff them. But I'm really pleased with a lot of our guys and the effort that they've given this all season, and I'm excited to see what it's going to look like when we finally put it on the field on Friday night.
That's good.
Fundraising is huge around here. When I got here, things weren't the way they needed to be. We don't have a sled, a blaster. Actually, there's a blaster out there. You should take a picture of it. It's made of tires.
Oh, wow.
I don't even think we used one of those when I was playing.
Right.
Upgraded the program when we first got here. We upgraded the weight room. It wasn't where it needed to be. Last year, we ended up having to cut 30 kids because we didn't have enough equipment in the program. First time in all of my coaching career that we had to cut kids because we didn't have equipment to keep them. I believe football is the greatest game in the world, and it teaches kids how to be men better than anything else I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't be the husband I am today. I wouldn't be the father I am today if it wasn't for the game of football and the dedication, hard work, and all the things that it teaches kids. So we don't want to cut kids. Still working on fundraising. We've got some coming up in the fall. We're going to be selling those discount cards that everybody likes to do. We're trying to sell sponsorships right now to area businesses, put their signs up stadium for Friday and Thursday nights. So that's always going on. So if you're in the Ocala area,
absolutely,
please reach out to us. We would love to have you as a sponsor because we need the money. It goes straight into our kids and what we're trying to do.
Coach, it's always a pleasure to sit down and chop it up with you, and we expect big things from you and the Wolfpack this season. And I'm asking the Wolfpack Nation to fill the stadium and support the team this fall. And Coach, I just want to thank you for being a guest on our podcast, and we hope that you have an awesome season.
Thanks, Coach. Always great to see you.
Yes, sir. You too.